Middle School Substitute Plans. Part 2. At the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, I believe most of the art teachers out there, like me, were trying to get some content up online so that the students who were at home would have some art-related things to work on. Now, I didn't have the materials that I could send home to all of my students because we were in lockdown, as most of you were. So I thought, how can I get engaging items and engaging topics for them to work on at home without knowing, if they had pencils or crayons or markers or whatever. So I leaned into the art history side and I created some videos that you will see down below in the channel that I call Art History Plus. And so I featured different artists and I did as many different research things that I could about each individual artist so that I could present to the students a video that was approximately a minute to a minute and a half long, really just small biographies of each artist. And at the end of the video, there is a mini lesson project for the students to make. And that usually has something to do with the artist's either art style or the materials they used or the subject matter that they liked to create the most. And while this is just a really brief, less than 2 to 3 minute long video, I thought it would be a good way to get my students a little more interested in not only the, typical art history artists, but some more current artists that were still living and working right now, some that you would find on Instagram, some that you would find on YouTube, others that would be in larger gallery shows. It's more of an introduction to art history and an introduction to some new artists that they might not have seen before. Feel free to use these Art History Plus videos in your classroom. I hope they will help if you have students, in a quarantine situation, or you are finding yourself online for some additional reason, or even better, if you have a substitute that day. You can assign 2 or 3 different Art History Plus lessons for your students to complete, and they can watch through the videos and find the ones that they are the most interested in. Feel free to use them in your classroom. Don't forget to click subscribe, and thanks for visiting the art room.